Darth Jader here, and I'm with Adam.
Hi.
And, one thing, before I get to what this video is about, which is a movie review of the movie The Predator, we saw it last night. We filmed something that it worked, but I couldn't get it downloaded onto the computer. It said it wasn't formatted right, so
It was him eating sauerkraut.
yeah, I lost the bet, and
he lost another one.
I lost another one. So
I'm gonna make him drink
Yeah.
pumpkin spice latte.
yeah, and possibly there is pumpkin pie M&Ms too.
Glad you're
Either that or candy corn M&Ms. There's candy corn M&Ms too, which either one of those.
Glad
don't
you're the
want.
one eating it.
But anyway, that's just a side note that we filmed a video earlier and it didn't work right. So
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, on to the review,
The Predator.
and just a forewarning.
Yeah, spoilers. Spoilers ahead.
You hush.
No.
I'm gonna be using something my other son Austin come up with, and it's called a SOAP rating system, and it stands for story.
I forgot what the O means. A is
Opinion.
or
Opinion.
A
Story, opinion.
acting.
A is the acting ability, and P is the
Plot.
plot.
Yeah, plot.
Yeah. And your opinion, and thank you. His and if you want to check his channel out, his videos are a lot more entertaining than mine are. I mean, they're kind of out there, but they're still entertaining. So
Hey, I'm featured in some.
yeah, he's in some of them. And
So
it's
subscribe to Slycotic now.
yeah,
Okay.
Subscribe to Slycotic.
Yeah.
And
Not psychotic.
yeah,
Slycotic.
Slycotic. And that's a plug for his YouTube channel. So go check his out. But anyway, let's get right to the. And we're gonna do that. We're gonna do it. This is a spoiler video. We're gonna be talking about the plot of the movie. We're gonna be talking about what happens.
So if you
And
don't want to be
yeah,
spoiled,
if you don't want
click
it to be
off the video.
spoiled, don't. Bye.
Yeah. Yes. Click off the video.
But anyway, story wise, I thought it was. I don't think it was as great as the very first one, because I don't think any of the Predators could be.
Oh, yeah.
Even the Alien versus Predator movies could top the very first one, because it was something that was never done.
Oh yeah.
And but I really did think the story was really good. It had it didn't have a too fast a pace, and I don't think it had a too slow pace. It was just, to me, it was just right. It was just right. I mean, you started out with I don't know the actor's name, but he was in the movie Logan.
The bad guy in Logan.
Yeah, he was the guy chasing Logan in the movie Logan.
Yeah.
And he did a really good job. I think
He was my favorite character.
he was basically the main. He was basically Arnold Schwarzenegger's
Yeah.
character. I mean, he was the Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was really good. I mean, because it starts out in the jungles of South America, kind of like the original does.
Because it starts out because like one of the Predators, it shows them coming to Earth.
Yeah,
and they're
being chased.
Yeah, they're being
by
chased.
another. But first you don't know who it is, or
Yeah, but then the Predator ship gets damaged and he has to land.
Well, actually, he crashes.
Or he crashes.
He crashes, and that one character finds the iconic Predator helmet. The face plate.
Yeah,
and he also finds this little gauntlet thing that's got this little just thing that just, I mean, it can tell when the wearer's in trouble or anything like that. But then it just goes back to America, and it's just like,
Well, no, actually, first it goes to
I know.
Mexico.
I know,
'cause
but
oh.
but it then it goes to America, and you're introduced to I think it was the funniest characters were the band of misfit soldiers that he meets, which included Keegan Michael Key. I think his right name is from
Yeah.
the show Key and Peele.
Mhm.
And his character was a trip. He was nuts. And then Thomas Jane's character. Oh my gosh.
He
I'm
was
not
the
going to
funniest.
say it because what he says that made me and him just bust out laughing.
Yeah.
I mean, because the character had, Thomas Jane's character had Tourette's, which is where you just blurt out stuff sometimes. And,
Mhm.
and it was funny. I mean,
Yeah.
and
A lot of the stuff they say is not suitable
Yeah.
for YouTube nowadays.
yeah.
So we don't want to get this video
Yeah.
removed. So
And but anyway, the story was really put together really well, and I do believe because the person who directed this movie was Shane Black, who was also in the original Terminator. He was the
Predator.
first. Yeah, that's right. I just had Terminator on my mind. Sorry.
oh, I know.
The first Predator movie. He was the very first guy that died in the movie with the glasses, the guy with the glasses. And he was the director, and I think he was responsible for the story. I think he wrote the script. I'm not sure. But
I mean, I just feel like
Yeah.
really the story for the Predator, it could be like if you have not seen any of the other Predator movies,
Yeah.
not the first one or anything, you could still understand what was going on.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't, you didn't have to say, well, what's this? Well, there were a couple of things that kind of alluded back to the first Predator, and you're
Yeah.
sitting there and if you hadn't seen the movie, you'd be sitting there going, what? I don't get the, but there was very little of those,
Yeah.
and
And I liked how there were references to the first Predator.
yeah, my I think the acting was really done really well. I mean,
Yeah,
for an action movie. I mean, it was an action movie, so
I mean, because like really you had a mix of a little comedy and
yeah, and I mean, and I think everybody did their job and what they were. Like
Yeah.
the soldiers that were on the bus with him, they were meant. Like the one guy was supposed to be kind of a religious kind of guy. And then you had Thomas Jane's character who was like that, and then you had Michael Key's character who was the nuttiest of them all, and then the other two. Oh, and it also had the guy. If there's any Game of Thrones fans, I don't know the guy's name, but I know he's Theon Greyjoy in Game of Thrones, and he's the one that gets his chopped off in the show, and. That was one of those things. I'm always like that in movies. I'll sit there and go, oh, hey, I know who that guy was in. So, I can't help it. I just had to blurt out, oh man, he was in,
Yeah.
And then you had Olivia Munn, who was in,
She was this researcher.
yeah, she was a scientist kind of thing. You remember her from the only movie I remember from is X-Men Apocalypse, which, I mean, that movie got a bad rap, but I liked X-Men Apocalypse. I mean, I thought he was good.
Wasn't she Storm?
No, Psylocke.
Oh.
With the energy sword thing.
Yeah.
And stuff. And another be about the acting, a nod to the Predator 2 is Jake Busey, who is Gary Busey's son, and Gary Busey was in Predator 2. That's another callback, and he was in it. And I was like, oh wow, Jake Busey. That was another person. I was like, oh wow.
And as far as for the actual people that played the Predators, in the thing, the kills they did in the
Oh
movie,
yeah,
my
the kills were
gosh.
just. I mean,
They were the most brutal I've ever seen.
and I thought, geez, when I think it was Keegan Michael Key when he got killed. He was going to die, and then him and Thomas Jane
both
shot
killed
each other.
because Thomas Jane's character got launched up.
Impaled. He was impaled on a limb, a
tree.
tree limb. I mean,
And
then Keegan Michael Key
he's
got his gut just, and his intestines were just. So they were just within the arm's reach, or whatever, guns reach of each other, and both of them just pulled their guns out and said, okay, in a pact of like, okay, we both, but when. Man, he was sitting there looking at his guts were all, oh man.
Yeah. And then there was the ones that was the most painful for me, and I know it was for you.
Gosh.
Was the one. Okay, so basically the entire thing was, we talked about there's two predators, and like one of them.
The very first predator that came in the first of the movie, he was dispatched.
Yeah, he was a rogue.
Yeah.
I know you didn't see this because you went to go
somewhere.
But when they were when they were at the school, like at the main character's son's school, the rogue predator was after them because he was trying to get his equipment back, and then out of nowhere, the rogue predator had the main character up on a window, like choking him. And then next thing you know, the ultimate predator just appears out of nowhere and grabs the other predator, just throws him out the window.
Yeah, and see the rogue predator, as he's saying, was just your regular, what you're used to predator.
Predator.
But this ultimate predator, that dude was like 12 foot tall.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was just. But no, what I'm thinking, what you were talking about was when
he went to the house. And
and shot the guy in the.
Yeah, he went bull.
He did his thing up. And I went, oh my god!
He got him right up in
up Main Street.
Yeah, but the ultimate predator ended up killing the rogue predator. He ripped his head off. So yeah. And then there was one with like the ultimate predator when they were at the ship, and the ultimate predator shot out his little wire thing. It killed one guy, and as other people were driving by, he chopped their heads off.
Yeah. That was it. It had some innovative stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, that I'd never seen in a movie, and I was sitting there going, I would go, just, my overall opinion of the movie is, like I told him, I said, I think I would put it right behind the original.
Yeah, it's probably the second best.
Second best, maybe third.
And
but that's my opinion of it is, that.
I'm going to go ahead and talk about what happens at the very end, before the credits roll.
Yeah.
So what the rogue predator was, he was actually trying to help the humans.
Yeah.
Because he was bringing this equipment to Earth. And so what the equipment turned out to be was this gauntlet, and if someone put it on, it would give them the whole Predator suit.
Yeah, the Predator suit that the Predator wore would automatically just materialize, and this scientist is sitting there looking, this little big thing that it's in opens up, and of course there's always got to be some dude, what's in there? And he walks up, says, whoa, what's it? And it pops off, grabs him, and then everybody's like, oh gosh, and it goes around and just like lasers, those little lasers, the little triangle like things that
pop out of his
shoulder go on everything because it's trying to look for a predator, and of course it sees that everybody in the room is a human, and then it comes off of him, then it pops off his arm, and he's like, whoa, what was that? And it was, and obviously there's going to be a sequel.
Oh, yeah.
There's got to be another one because of the way it ended.
They're not just going to leave it off of that.
Yeah,
also, side note, the main character shipped the Rogue Predator's helmet and gauntlet to his house where his ex-wife and son were living, and the whole movie takes place around Halloween, it takes place on the night of Halloween, and so the kid was supposed to dress up as a pirate,
either pirate or Frankenstein's monster. Even though I didn't say this, I was going to say it when we were watching it when she went, okay, I got you. A pirate or Frankenstein?
No, you did say.
Oh, I did do
Yeah,
it?
you were
'Cause
like,
I
no,
was
it's
like,
Frankenstein's
Yeah, I was
monster.
like, it's Frankenstein's monster. It's not Frankenstein. It's the doctor.
But yeah, but instead of wearing the pirate outfit, he decides to go wearing the gauntlet and the mask.
And how did he? He was a little kid. How could he walk around with that big metal thing without it drop?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops.
And and it turns out the kid like knows like all about the Predator technology.
Yeah,
so,
because he was like, I think he was autistic or something in some
Yeah.
form. Because
like, he had a problem with like hearing. Like, he
yeah,
didn't
every
like
time a loud
noises.
noise would he'd sit there and hit his
Start hitting
hit his
stuff
side
like
of his
this.
head and stuff, and people were making fun of him and stuff.
And the same people, like I talked about them wearing the mask. The kid went trick or treating, of course, it's Halloween, and no one's there. But then on the second roof of the house, there is someone there, and they throw a rock at the. Yeah, and they throw the crap. But they throw the rock at the kid, and the laser, the laser,
yeah, the
in
laser
helmet
thing
shoots
with
at.
it's the defense mechanism on it, and
But yeah, overall it's a good movie.
yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Yeah,
I'd see it again if I could.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's basically it, and
But thanks for watching, and
we'll talk to you later.
see y'all later in video.